coming out first. And the young Link here for Biddy, like you said earlier, I think Biddy also has a Toon Link technically, but I mean, young Link is just so
I
good in
mean,
this
of
game.
course you would have a Toon Link if you play Young Link. They aren't like super different.
Yeah.
I think the big thing being the movement, but when it comes down to it, I think we're gonna see the Fox the whole time. Fighting against Young Link as Luigi sounds awful, just fighting inside of a bullet hell, and we're already seeing what that could do against a character like Fox right there. Those boomerangs, those arrows just putting on pressure, and all of a sudden you're gonna get grabbed. All the same though, Biddy, an unfortunate SD form right there, just getting a little too happy to fastball.
Yeah, it looked like he did not have enough time to pull out the bomb from down B to be able to reset his special so he could up B once again. So yeah, it's an unfortunate SD. Yellow just going to be like, yo, I'll take that, sit here with a stock lead, and also building up some pretty good damage here, keeping Biddy on this ledge for a while. But Biddy is able to find his way back onto the stage. The yellow is just keeping this fast pace. Biddy has not been able to throw out all those projectiles like you mentioned earlier in the set to really force Yellow to have to pick and choose his openings to go in, close the space, and start getting these combos going.
I think a big thing, ooh, beautiful Nair up smash right there, just catching that landing right there. I think a big thing that Yellow has been showing is just this knowledge of how to get through the projectiles. We saw some reflectors with Shine come out earlier, and then not only that, we also saw the Nair. If positioned right, that Nair will go through Boomerang. It's just about how you utilize it, and we saw it a little bit earlier to start off that first combo that kind of lit up that second stock of Biddies.
Yeah, and you really want to see players mixing up options like this when they are up against these bullet hell style characters. F-Tilt's going to pick up. Oh, I saw that taunt. Biddy drinking some milk in between the stocks, and yeah, you can see that he's definitely feeling himself now. This is starting to look kind of dangerous for Yellow.
Oh, 100%. And that is the other thing, is that Fox is known for having a bad recovery. And so if Biddy could get him off stage, there are plenty of moves that he could utilize to snuff out that recovery. Bomb could set up into some conversions. You have Boomerang, of course. And then, of course, Nair. That Nair, look, Fox ain't the only one with that broken Nair, but you know what else is broken? That boot to the head.
Yeah, looked like Biddy was trying to continue using the hitbox on that dare there to apply more pressure to Yellow, but Yellow just like, I'm gonna up smash out a shield, and what are you gonna do about it? And Biddy's like, I guess I'm gonna die.
Oh, 100%. Look, he's got metal kicks, and you know that will bust up a skull if you position in the wrong spot. He is itching to throw it out. Fox is known for that, right? It's just one up smash out of shield, Nair up smash. It doesn't matter what you're doing. It could kill you at a moment's notice.
Yeah, especially out in Tri-State where you have a lot of players with aggressive playstyles. They're going to be looking for these like up smashes, just regardless of character. They will just run up, shield whatever you throw out, and then just throw out an up smash. And, you know, it works more often than it doesn't, it feels like, for some reason. At least for these players, because they know when to do it properly.
I will say, I do like how Biddy aggressed on Yellow's shield, right? He came with that down air, and that down air, if you don't know how to handle it, is a very scary option. It kills, it can combo at low percent, and it just bounces off the shield. So if you don't understand what move can go ahead and catch your opponent from that down air, all of a sudden it gets a little bit harder to deal with, and it can catch a lot of players that are inexperienced in that matchup. And so Biddy had been aggressing with that, hoping to get the kill. But right now, though, let's talk about that bullet hell. Look, Biddy came in clutch for a moment, but then all of a sudden, Yellow has been cooking that down air to help with the jab lock. I've never seen that before. That was insane.
Yeah, and we also are on a new stage now, Hollow Bastion, and we're seeing Biddy really use the wideness of this stage to their advantage. Just going to the other side of the stage as fast as possible and throwing out projectiles. He started out with like a unanswered 40-some%, and then Yellow was finally able to close the gap and get that for himself. But, you know, you could see Yellow had to work to make it into that area where he could effectively threaten Biddy.
I think the thing I like most... Ooh, the boomerang conversion into the up B?
Yeah, that was clean. That was clean.
The readiness. I love the fact that he ran off and then went ahead, B reverse it, positioning himself just right, and then allowing for that boomerang to pop off the stage. That was absolutely beautiful. And then that ledge pressure, that shield pressure right there, that downer, I was talking about it. I hate that move.
Yeah, and we're finally seeing it do what it's supposed to. Like we were seeing at the end of that last game, Yellow was going to take that stock up there with a well-placed up air rather, but you know, this dare applying so much shield pressure and the long-lasting hitbox damage, like yeah, it at least clashes with things. So even if Yellow does choose to respond with a hitbox of his own, could have just be off stage and, you know, wow, like Biddy really coming alive here.
Biddy is cooking, and I think a big part of it is how do you get around this stage control right here. You know, Smashville is very good for characters with projectiles because of the fact that it's that center platform, right? And the reason being is it makes it very hard for a character to come in without aggressing either underneath or over top that platform. And so with the right projectile positioning, you can control both lanes of positioning, where normally if you don't have that plat in the middle, you have a little bit more versatility in what lane you can approach it. And so you throw that on a stage that's a little bit wider than Smashville, Smashville being a very small stage, this one being the same length as FD, all of a sudden you get cooking. But right now, you know what? Yellow closed it up nice and quick.
Yeah, and there we see Biddy throwing the boomerang up, trying to cover that lane, like you were just saying, of the top platform. It's able to stuff out a lot of Yellow's approach options. Just Biddy doing such a great job of playing the Young Link game, basically, throwing out all of these projectiles, forcing Yellow to either have to play on the other side of the stage or risk taking damage as he goes in to try to get a combo.
And we are seeing the boys naring out here right now. I will say for a moment, Biddy was getting a little bit antsy to find a hit. We saw like some early up smashes, a weird up B at the ledge. I think that's the one thing. You got to be able to slow down and understand, even though that you're playing a player as good as Yellow, you just calm your nerves. You're already in the lead. You can win it. Although now Yellow has closed it up 100% to 92. This is looking a little bit scarier for Biddy, especially if you let your opponent keep doing down airs like that. Yellow waiting to pull that trigger.
Yeah, good patience from both players. Biddy, the patience to wait and see if Yellow's going to commit to anything, and Yellow, the patience to recognize that, hey, Biddy didn't just tech that immediately. I got to think about what I'm going to go in here and do.
I think the idea was looking for the neutral get up or the rolls. Get up attack is a very scary option because all your opponent has to do is shield, and that comes out frame one. So Biddy, though, having the recognition there, but not the recognition there not to overextend on that shield. Once more, both games getting sealed out by that up smash out of shield. Look, that